Plaintiff Sharon Rayner has 2 children with the defendant, and she claims he's too involved in his alleged music career to be there for their kids. Sharon's suing her ex because she claims he's over $40,000 behind in child support. Defendant Albert Williamson III insists he's done everything he can to see his children, but Sharon has done everything she can to keep him from them, including filing a restraining order against him. Albert petitioned the court for a DNA test because he suspects his daughter may not be his.
Tell me what happened.
Well, Your Honor, I know you're a father, so you understand what a father really means. It's more than just being there for your kids financially. It's also being there for your kids to give them love, you know, to wipe their tears, go to the prom, which my daughter just did like a month ago, graduation, things like that. However, Albert is too busy promoting himself as being a music producer or singer or whatever you want to call it, and doing his thing that, you know, he claimed that that's the reason why he's not there for my children, outside of the fact.
How old are the children?
They are 17 and 16.
Right.
I've been in a relationship with my partner right here for going on 10 years. And of course, that's another reason why he wants to say that he can't do what he needs to do or see the children or whatever the case may
Why?
be. I guess he believes that she keeps me from letting him see him, but my kids are old enough now where they have their own phones. He can call them. He doesn't have to go through me. He can go through the children.
You never prohibited him?
No.
Okay.
Never.
You want to give me some background?
Well, all I can say is I've done everything I can to be around my kids financially and emotionally, and that's not true. She's done a lot as far as me not seeing my kids and my children. There was a few times, and my son even told me that he would get in trouble if he called me. I had to call him through other family members.
Give me some examples of you attempting to contact your children and she prohibiting it.
Okay. Years ago when they was in elementary school, I've been arrested more than 2 or 3 times trying to go see my kids up at the school due to the fact she put a restraining order on me. For me, you know, lack of payments, so I got behind the payments.
That been?
Hold on, ma'am, you put a restraining order on it?
That was when my kids were at least, what, 5 or 6?
I got you. Why'd you do it?
Because he broke through a window through my cousin's house.
To do what?
I guess he was mad because he looked over there. We weren't together really at the time.
Were your kids there?
Yeah, my son was there. My son was an infant.
When he broke through the window?
Exactly.
Okay.
My son was an infant when he did that, and he threw the tire through the window, and my son was laying right there on the floor.
Did you do that?
Well, that was not during that time.
Do we want to speak of another time where he was violent?
Ma'am, you put a restraining order on it?
That was when my kids were at least, what, 5 or 6?
I got you. Why'd you do it?
Because he broke through a window through my cousin's house.
Did you do that?
Well, that was not during that time.
Do we want to speak of another time where he was violent?
Plaintiff Sharon Rayner has 2 children with the defendant, but he petitioned the court for a DNA test because he suspects Sharon's daughter may not be his.
Sir?
During the time that my kids were younger, she had got on PCP. It was times that I opened my door for her and the kids, and she would help her get back on her feet. And then when she would get back on her feet, she would go up to the school, take the kids away from me. So then as soon as I go back up to the school to pick them up in our routine, they will say, well, she came and got them. In 1995, the summer, Sharon and I stayed together. The kids were young. We had an altercation as far as an argument. After that, I left. So maybe a month or 2 go by, we talk, I come back to move back in so we can finish being parents. She's been smoking, lost a lot of weight, about 3 months went by, and I asked her, she admitted to me. I also have an ex parte a restraining order during the time that I was trying to get my kids back from 97 when they were kids. She came through, bust my windows out of my car, threatened me, and the lady who I was with at that time was my fiance. She happened to know her. So by them knowing each other, that made it even a more of a problem.
All right, so let's get to the money. That's
Okay.
what we done. Yeah, I've been giving you a pass about not wanting to be a part of your kid's life in general because I get the impression that you were trying to, but she didn't prohibit you from sending that check. So you can put that in the mail.
That's real
So let's
talk.
talk about that, ma'am. How does he owe you and how much for child support?
Right now, he is a little bit over $41,000 behind in child support.
Do you have a child support order
I
or
do.
anything you can show me? And this is
Also,
how
Your
many
Honor,
years back?
It went back to 2001. I tried to give him the opportunity to do it on
And he
his
didn't?
own, and he didn't.
That's for both children?
Both children.
Your Honor, at the beginning when my daughter was born, I tried to go to pick my kids up. She called, she told me her daughter's with her real daddy. In 94, when I was at the DMV, her and my daughter was a baby girl. She was eyeballing the guy that was probably the baby daddy. She didn't know I seen her. So she told me, let me go use the restroom. She goes over and talked to the guy and was gone for about 30, 45 minutes. And then after a week or two after that, when I went to go get him, that's when it led up to this.
So you're saying one of the children aren't yours?
My
sir?
daughter
now you
may
want
not
to
be.
deny the child?
Can I say something?
I'm not
about that,
denying
Your
it.
Honor?
I will hope both of my kids are mine. I'm just
Yeah.
saying at
My
the
daughter,
time.
when I met Albert, I was 14 years old. He was 21. And I did tell him, Your Honor, when she was younger, I told him there may be a possibility that Shavion may not be yours. He took it upon himself to go down to the Social Security place, well, to the office and put his name on their birth certificates. If
That's
you
not
didn't
true.
believe that
When did
that
he
was
do
your
that,
child back in 98.
Sir, did you do
I
that?
don't even remember. Even
I got the paperwork right here.
in 98.
So you've never taken a paternity test?
Yes, sir. I just did that recently.
For the show.
Oh,
Find
okay.
out.
So we have them.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Great. All right. Go and get the results here. Because you say both the children are his.
I told him.
I hope they are.
Pardon
him
me?
that there was a possibility that my daughter was
All
not
right,
him.
but you
when she
charge
was
me
young.
for child support on both. Don't start backing away now. You charge me
Right.
for child support. You better hope these are his kids, as big as you coming
I
here
hope so
talking.
too.
Yeah, if they are, you should be in jail. 41,000. Why haven't you paid child support?
Your Honor, right here says that I paid over $6,000 right here on paper.
Over
In
10 years?
2008?
Over 10 years, and at the,
Ooh.
when you buy, when you give the mother money, it's considered a gift.
Pardon me?
When you give the parents money to without going through the system, it's considered a gift. So
Right.
I'm a gift king.
Well, hopefully you won't make that mistake anymore.
Yes, sir,
And
you're right.
You see, you should have been watching me.
I have full custody of my 6-year-old daughter.
Huh?
I have a 6-year-old daughter. I have full custody. I've been for 4 years. So my other kid's mom, she pays me child support.
Gotcha.
So
All right.
I've also been in my kid's life. I coach my son basketball school. So I even have pictures. I've been to my son's
Okay,
graduation.
so your defense today is regarding child support is that you gave her the money directly and child support enforcement did not record it.
Yes,
and
sir.
that happens all the time. And I tell you young men all the time that you need to put it on the books and keep your receipts and in fact go through the court and pay. Because some judges, even if you bring in the receipts and say, Judge, I've given her $21,000 over the course of the last 10 years.
Right.
And the judge says, well, you weren't ordered to pay it then. But I'm ordering you to pay it now, and I want you to pay it all the way from the beginning. And I'm not giving you credit for this $21,000. Some judges would say that,
Right.
even with the evidence.
Right.
So young men who are watching, don't think that you're getting away with something because I don't want her to put me on child support. She went down to the government, put the child support. The government, I don't want the government in my business. You better keep the government in your business if you don't want to have to pay double.
That's right.
That's what you'll have to do.
I agree.
What do you mean? That's right. You're right. That's what you got to do.
It's money. I just want to see my kids.
I'm not keeping you from seeing them.
Go and get the results here. Because you say both the children are his.
I told him.
I hope they are.
told him
Pardon me?
that there was a possibility that my daughter was
All
not
right,
him.
but you
when she
charge
was
me for
young.
child support on both. Don't start backing away now. You better hope these are his kids.
Plaintiff Sharon Rayner has 2 children with the defendant, but he petitioned the court for a DNA test because he suspects Sharon's daughter may not be his.
Albert Williamson III, you are the father
Yes.
of Albert Williamson IV.
Yes. Yes.
Well, I hope you have the check to go with that clapping.
Hey, it's money.
Albert Williamson, you are not the father of Savian Williams.
What?
You knew that, Albert.
What?
He knew that.
No, I did
Judge Mathis.
$40,000 say that's my daughter.
Judge Mathis, he knew that.
Well, if he
a
knew
long
and you
ago.
know, why would you have
Because
this man
he
go
said-
down? Ma'am, go down to child support and debate with them, not
my
me.
God.
Your claim is dismissed. Goodbye.
Thank you. Man. Now you got to answer to your daughter.
No, she know, like you know.
Oh, but I'm the
She
only
know-
one didn't know.
you
I'm the
knew a long
cash
time
cow.
ago, so you
Just
can
give
sit
you
there
money,
and
but I
lie
can't
to
see
Judge
my
Mathis
kids.
like you don't know nothing.
Oh, no, just
You
give you
knew
money.
that.
You don't even
knew
exist.
that.
I did
Yeah,
everything
you.
I can to see my
Yeah,
kids.
right. Keep selling drugs and doing what
Don't
you
know.
do.
Whatever.
Because you ain't doing
Whatever.
nothing.
Look at
you
that.
ain't did nothing.
That's my son. So
yeah,
he
I
said,
know who he
You know what I'm
is. Do
saying?
you? Because he said he don't know who
Look
you
at that.
are. How about that?